The world today seems absolutely crackers. There are nuclear bombs that could blow us all sky high. And there are fools and idiots sitting on the trigger. The world is depressing and it's senseless. And that's why this film will tell the story all about how one man's life got flip-turned completely upside down. It examines the rise to power of America's most hated man.
Donald say he wants to run for president and move on into the White House.
And his obsession with ruining the life and legacy of one African-American family. In the 1970s or 80s, a prince called Eddie Murphy emigrated to New York City.
You can just say New York.
From the African kingdom of Zamunda. He intended to study the effects of attitudes towards extreme wealth in the West.
The land is so big, the choice is so infinite.
Upon arrival in America, Prince Eddie immediately fathered a child with a Philadelphia housewife. But then, something happened. Property tycoon and notable racist Donald Trump evicted Prince Eddie from his luxurious apartment in Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
Such was his hatred for the prince and all blacks that he even threatened to shoot them.
Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody.
Trump was later sued by the Justice Department for discrimination.
According to a 1973 Department of Justice lawsuit, Trump would have his properties marked rental applications of people of color with a C standing for colored.
But all that served to do was rile him.
What are you, morons?
Further incensed by the now destitute Eddie Murphy, he employed him in a humiliating position within the Trump Corporation as a toilet attendant.
Actually, hiring Eddie was my idea from the beginning.
But then, something else happened. The prince's son, now living with his mother in West Philadelphia, had fallen victim to gang violence on the streets. After some initial resistance, he was sent to recuperate at the mansion of his aunt and uncle in Bel Air, California, where he was welcomed as the Fresh Prince. Learning of Prince Eddie's son living in California, Donald Trump continued his campaign of harassment.
It's the Donald! Oh my God!
Trump sought to buy the Fresh Prince's new home and to evict him. Owing to media scrutiny, the Fresh Prince was forced to act genially towards Trump.
Great house here, and this is quite a deal you're getting for it too.
This did little to quell Trump's thirst to ruin more young black lives by making them homeless.
Look, folks, before we go too far, I've got something to tell you.
Excuse me, but I've got something to tell you first. Thank you for ruining my life!
Ashley!
What did you do?
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
The Fresh Prince volunteered to join the military to prove his worth to the American public. Following his successful campaign against the intergalactic terrorists who laid waste to New York City,
You can just say New York.
the Fresh Prince found himself propelled into the political sphere and eventually ran for president.
They've lost 4,000 jobs in the last 2 years. 20% of their employment base collapses because companies move out to Mexico.
Did I read that you might buy a house there?
You know, I mean, there's certain Islamic countries that very few Americans are now or will ever be welcome.
Famous actors lined up to play the part of the first black president, including well-known comedian and Saturday Night Live alumnus Barack Obama.
Well, thank you for doing this. This is fantastic. We're really excited. Just think back to Prince of Bel Air.
The Fresh Prince thought that he was beloved by all. But that was a myth. Donald Trump had been secretly glowering and festering in resentment. The American public was certain that Hillary Clinton was going to win the election.
Is Hillary.
But, following her defeat, and Donald Trump's campaign to become the next president of the United States, he finally got his wish and successfully evicted another black family.
It wouldn't be the first time you pushed a black family out of their home.
What are you, morons?